So this is something that I think all Shiba Inu holders, well, frankly, anybody in the market needs to hear, because right now, we're dealing with a little bit of consolidation, at least at the time of filming this video, but a little bit of cool off. But really at any moment, the market can take off. SHIB can start pumping and really start crushing some prices people don't think are possible. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this actually stems from a question that a frequent viewer here on the channel had. Casey Defends, appreciate you. Appreciate all the comments that you make. And what he asked was, what caused Shiba Inu to go on this basically 50% surge? Why did it just basically pop out of nowhere and go on this insane run? And part of this obviously stemmed from that removal of supply, like we talk about time and time again. Is Shiba does something very different than most other assets in the space, and it's a huge benefit for Shiba Inu long term, frankly. But really what people need to understand is how much in its infancy, this market is. All right, yes, we've been around for 15, 16 years. BTC has led the way for a very long period of time, but we're still talking about only 5-6% of the people in the world in crypto currently. We're only talking about just over a $2 trillion market cap. There's a lot of growth that's going to take place, not just in this market cycle, but over time. But that is a huge reason why, frankly, the market can take off whenever. Nobody knows when these big adoptions smashes when these big adoption waves are going to hit the crypto market, right? We saw one obviously in the latter part of February and the start of March. We saw one in the latter part of October. The year following the halving is a huge adoption and growth time for crypto in general. And frankly, the spark can happen at any moment. We could be flat, we could be dropping, and then just out of nowhere, we see a pop. Shiba Inu runs 100%. Obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that, but there's a big difference that's taking place now than what we experienced over the last 6 months. The last 6 months have, frankly, kind of sucked, and the market hasn't been conducive for sustainable pumps, right? The excitement wasn't there. We dealt with negative macro factors. There's been these questions about the economy and things like that, escalations abroad, right? And now that a lot of these things have at least calmed down, fears of recession have not totally dwindled, but we're not, it's not in the front of people's minds anymore. We got our rate cuts, so people are a little more open to spending their money now. There hasn't really been much that's come up in terms of stuff abroad. So you guys get the point. Everything's kind of calmed down to an extent to where people are a little bit more at ease. And that's the big difference between now and summer and the earlier part of this year. So again, the market is now conducive for these sustainable pumps that we can see in the market. And again, it can happen at any time. There could be an entity that steps in that has millions to billions of dollars that decides to buy crypto and send to the markets, and because of LPs it drags everything up, and then outside capital flows in, and then you just have this snowball of events that we see time and time again, which is why crypto continues to move on and set new all-time highs. And that's where this really gets to be exciting, because SHIB is obviously well positioned. We've talked about the long-term holders, we've talked about the removal of supply, we've talked about the big optics outside the space, and really as these things begin to get going again, you're going to see SHIB continue to do well. Now obviously this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. The current trends are showing us this. The current TA is showing us just this, right? And TA, some people love it, some people hate it. It's great for seeing what things are doing on a more short-term scale. Again, things it doesn't account for. Black swan events, doesn't count for big adoption curves, things like that, okay? So what I would say is this, is I've become a huge fan of using indicators now. If you guys do want to check out my indicator, there's a link in the description below. There's a 7-day free trial on it, so feel free to check it out. But you can actually set up alerts on it. I actually have alerts set to my phone, so I get pinged anytime that there's a buy zone flash, that there's a sell zone flash, momentum shifts, things like that, because those things happen in real time. They happen as the market is giving us these opportunities or showing us something that we may miss in TA, or we may be too busy in our real lives to pay attention to. So just what I would stress is this: be prepared. All right, I know I say this many times, be prepared, have your bags set. At any time at any time the market is going to make some very violent moves. And it's going to surprise a lot of people, just as it surprised, I'm sure, a lot of people that SHIB did a 50% move in a very short period of time. Have your bags set. Alt season is coming. Adoption is coming. And SHIB is well positioned for this. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.